Okay, so let's start with common utils first. So here we have defined all the shared Kafka events and constants used between services. Under constants package, we have two classes. First is Kafka topics. This contains all the topic names as string constants. Then we have order status, which similarly contains order status as string constants. In the events package, we have all the events which will be emitted by different services at different order processing stages. We have used Java records to present all these events. The first event is OrderCreatedEvent. This will be emitted by OrderService after creating an object of order in the database. It will have details such as order ID, product ID, quantity of the product, status of the order, and the user ID of the user who submitted that order. Next, we have PaymentCompletedEvent. This will be emitted by payment service after successfully processing the payment for an order. It will have the details such as order ID, payment ID, and a flag indicating whether the payment was successful and the user ID of the customer who made the payment. Next is PaymentFailedEvent. This will be emitted by payment service when a payment attempt for an order fails. It will have details such as order ID, payment ID, a flag indicating payment failure. Then it will have user ID of the customer, the product ID, quantity of the product which was attempted to purchase, and the detail field describing the reason for failure. Another event is StockConfirmedEvent. It will be emitted by inventory service after confirming that the requested product is in stock. It will contain details such as the product ID, an in-stock flag, order ID, user ID, payment amount to be charged, and the quantity of the product ordered. And the last event that we have is StockUnavailableEvent. It will be emitted by the inventory service when the requested product is not available in the stock. It will have details such as product ID, in-stock flag, and order ID of the affected order. These are pure Java record classes used in event-driven communication between the services. You can pause the video or go back to see what has been implemented and then implement on your side accordingly before moving to the next service. Now, if you have already done, let's move ahead. The next service that we have is OrderService. It handles the incoming order request and initiate the Saga. Also, it updates the order status based on the response from inventory and payment services. Here we have one order controller. This is a REST controller annotated with @REST controller annotation and a common request path /orders. Then we have injected the order service using constructor-based injection. It has one post endpoint and one get endpoint. In the post endpoint, all the users will be submitting orders to this endpoint with the details such as product ID, quantity, and user ID. After receiving these details, the controller will call place order method from order service. And in the other get method, it will retrieve all the order details currently present in the system and return it back to the caller. Now let's check out the order service implementation. The order service is annotated with @service annotation. That means it is also a managed bean. And that was the reason we were able to inject it via constructor injection in order controller. This service will act as a Kafka producer, and that's why we have injected Kafka template here. In the order created method, which was called from controller, first we are generating the order ID using random UUID and then creates an instance of order by passing the details which we have received from controller such as product ID, quantity, and user ID, and few details which we have generated here like status as created and order ID which was generated. And then using OrderRepository, we will save the order object. After that, an object of OrderCreatedEvent will be created, and using Kafka template, it will be published to OrderCreatedTopic. Now we have used OrderRepository in this method. Let us check that as well. So this repository mimics the working of a database. If you want, you can replace it with any database that you are using, and then to communicate with that database, you can use Spring Data JPA. But for the simplicity, I have taken a simple map here with the key as string and value as order. So if anytime any new request comes to create an order, it will be added to this map with the key as order ID and value as complete order object. In addition to saving the data, we also have added a couple of more methods just in case we want to fetch the order details which were created. Now, one last package that we need to cover in this service is consumers. This contains all the consumers required to listen the appropriate Kafka topics to update the order status. The first one is payment completed consumer. This listens to payment completed topic. Here we are using @Kafka listener annotation, and in the configuration we have defined the topic for which this listener will be added for. These configurations we'll have in all of our consumers depending on different topics to listen to. Now, when this listener gets an event, it will update the order status to confirmed and also updates the order object present in the database, which is map entry in our case. The second consumer is payment failed consumer. This listens to the payment failed Kafka topic. It is similar to the first one. It will mark the status of order as payment failed and update the database accordingly. The last consumer in this service is stock unavailable consumer. It listens to the stock unavailable topic and update the order status to failed stock unavailable. Now in the pom.xml, we have all the required dependencies such as Spring Web, Spring, Kafka, and Common-Utils. The last component in this service is application configuration. Here we have application.yaml where we have defined the application name as OrderService and Kafka related configuration. Now with this, we are done with OrderService. Now here also you can pause the video or go back to see what has been implemented and then implement it on your side before moving to the next service. Now if you are already done, let's move ahead. The next service that we have is inventory service. This service validates the stock availability when the order is created. In this also, we have created REST controller, which will return us the complete inventory details. Now, similar to order repository, we have created an inventory repository here, which acts as a database. Now, in this repository, the different method that we have is populate DB. It will just load some initial data to the inventory. Then we have inventory model, which is also a Java record. And here it stores the product details such as product ID, its name, quantity, and stock and prices. Now the important and main section in this service is consumer. First we have OrderCreatedEvent consumer. In this we have injected Kafka template via constructor injection similar to OrderService. This particular class acts as a consumer for order created topic and a producer for another topic. Once order created topic receives an event, this method execution will trigger. First, it will check the number of units available in the product which has been ordered. And if the desired number of units are not available, then it will create a stock unavailable event and publishes it to stock unavailable topic, which we have already seen. We have consumer in OrderService. Now, if the desired number of units are available in the stock, then those many units will be reserved by deducting them from the inventory, and a stock confirmed event will be produced to stock confirmed topic. Now, there is another consumer present in the service which is used to release the stocks in case of payment failure. Now, in case of a payment failure, we have another consumer present, which is payment failure consumer. In this, it is listening to payment failed topic, and when it receives an event, it will release the number of units which were earlier reserved for the specific product. Now, in the pom.xml, we have all the required dependencies such as Spring Web, Spring Kafka, and Common-Utils. The last component of this service is application configuration. So here also we have application.yaml where we have defined the application name as inventory service and Kafka related configuration. With this, we are done with the inventory service. Now you can pause the video or go back to see what has been implemented and then implement on your side accordingly before moving to the next service. If you have already done that, let's move ahead. The next and the last service that we have is payment service. This service handles the payment processing after stock confirmation. Here we have two models. The first one is account DTO. It will contain the detail as account number and the balance amount in that account. The account number we will be using same as the user ID. Another model is transaction, which will contain the transaction ID, order ID, status of the transaction, and user ID. Then we have a bank controller, which is also created to fetch all the accounts and their details if required. Then we have bank repository and transaction repository, which is used to mimic the database just like the other services. Now comes the main and important component, which is payment processor consumer. This consumer listens to stock confirmed topic, and once inventory service emits that event, and then this consumer will go ahead and process the payment for that order. It will first check if the user who has submitted the order have enough balance available in their bank account, including a validation of minimum balance to keep in the account. It creates an object of transaction, and based on its payment processing status, the transaction status will be updated. Now, if the transaction is successful, then it creates a payment completed event and publishes it to payment completed topic. Otherwise, it will create a payment failed event and publishes it to payment failed topic. The order service is listening to both of these topics and update the order accordingly. Inventory service, on the other hand, listens to only payment failed event, and after receiving that event, it will release the reserved stocks. Now in pom.xml, we have all the required dependencies such as Spring Web, Spring Kafka, and Common-Utils. The last component in this service is application configuration. Here also we have application.yaml where we have configured the application name as payment service and Kafka related configuration. Now with this, we are done with payment service as well. Now I hope you have also implemented similar on your side as well. If not, please complete that. You can rewatch the video or take reference from the GitHub repository. Now, one configuration that you need to take care in all the services is server port. You need to define different server ports for all the services, otherwise your application will not run. Now with this, we are done with all the services and their low-level implementation. So if you are done with that, now let's move ahead to the next part.